All right. So, good day, precious Dares. I'm just coming to you because, it's Monday and it's the day after Sunday. And on Sunday, we do everything possible to make sure that we have a very enjoyable and yet entertaining service. But my question to you is something very interesting and yet very simple. I want to know, do you feel or do you think that Sunday was significant enough to deal with the things you're really concerned about? The three things that church for me growing up never really dealt with was my life as a believer concerning sex, my life as a believer concerning money, and my life as a believer concerning health. And the truth be told, we deal a lot with perspectives and how people see things, but we don't necessarily take the time to really develop a doctrine around our sex life, our financial life, and our health life. I grew up in a place where I remember where they used to believe in supernatural healing. We wouldn't think about hospitals, we wouldn't think about treatments. We would literally go to a preacher, we would go to a church, and we would experience God meeting the need through an altar, through a service, some type of experience like that. And now, as we have progressed in the 2024s and beyond, we no longer look at the church as a viable, meaningful place for our health decisions to be made. But not only that, we also notice that our leadership is less educated than ever before. Very few preachers, men of God, women of God, actually have a discipline or an area that they know beyond the shadow of a doubt that God has gifted them, but also they have the spiritual authority and the natural resources to actually confront an issue. That's why we outsource a lot of the areas that we used to believe God for the miraculous. It's sad, but yet it's true. And so that's why we have to get back to a space where we create a doctrine around our health and around our money. There were people that I know in the church, God would give them a vision, and all they had was anointing and zeal. And they would go out there and do whatever it is, and it could fail miserably. And the saints, being so saint like, they just destroyed the individual. They didn't even try to support them, help them, or allow the church to be a place of recovery. But they allowed the church to be a place where they would be further condemned because they went out according to zeal, not according to knowledge. So my question to you is, how can a person walk in the ways of God and learn how to apropos or to appropriate financial decisions, create those great lives that they dream about if the people of God don't help them? That's troubling, and that's traumatic. And that's why we have to figure out what's our doctrine around money. And lastly, how many times have you seen some pastor in some news report or on some post about something going on sexually? And it's simply because the church does not provide a space to deal with our ideas around sexuality, not gender issues, but sexuality, what you're interested in, what you're not interested, how to deal with it, how to deal with urges, how not to deal with urges. All of that should have been dealt with in our faith. You telling me that Jesus got a plan for eternity, but not a plan for my sex life? That's kind of interesting. And that's why I think we have to get to a space where we learn how to trust God in a scenario. That's the reason why I put up a post. I said, how can our religion be so right, but yet we're sexually unsatisfied, we're broke, and we're always sick all the time? Why can't we find the answers of our faith through God in these areas? That's challenging. And we have to figure out a way to make it happen.